Good day, everyone. Our lesson for today is all about adverb of manner and frequency, and this is our objectives for today's discussion. At the end of the lesson, the learners are expected to identify adverbs of manner and frequency, create a semantic map that shows the appropriate adverb to be used for the given verbs, and realize the importance of using adverbs of manner and frequency in daily lives. Now let's start with the basics first. What is an adverb? Adverb is a word that modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. So adverb describes how, when, where, or to what extent something happens. And what is verb? Verb is a word that describes what a subject is doing, such as an action, occurrence, or state of being. So verb describes an action. And what is an adjective? Adjective is a word that describes or modifies a noun, pronoun, or providing additional information about its qualities, characteristics, or attributes. So adjectives are words that describes nouns like name of a person and place. Now going back to the topic, let's start with the adverb of manner first. Adverb of manner describes how an action is performed. It usually plays after the main verb or after the object. In most cases, for adverbs of manner, you can take an adjective and simply add ly to form an adverb. So an adverb of manner tells us how something is done. It describes the way in which the action is performed, and most of it is from adjective and just add ly to form an adverb. Adverb of manner usually plays after the main verb. Let's have an example. The adjective word loud, and just add ly to make it an adverb, which is loudly. And let's use the word loudly in a sentence. The dog barked loudly. The word loudly here is the adverb of manner because it tells us how the dog barked. And from the word loud, just add ly to make it an adverb of manner. And it is placed before the main verb, which is the word barked. Let's have another example. From the word happy, just add ly to make it an adverb, which is happily. Let's use the word happily in a sentence. The children played happily in the park. So the adverb of manner here is the word happily because it tells us how the children played in the park, and it is placed after the main verb, which is the word played. Now let's move on to the adverb of frequency. What is adverb of frequency? Adverb of frequency is an adverb that describes how often an action is performed or happens, usually occur before the main verb. It answers the typical question starting with how often or how frequent. So, adverb of frequency, we use adverb of frequency to say how often we do things, and it answers the typical question starting with how often or how frequent. Unlike adverb of manner, adverb of frequency can occur usually before the main verb or before the action word. Now let's have an example of adverb of frequency. For example, the question, how often do you brush your teeth? And the answer is, I always brush my teeth. which means the adverb of frequency in the sentence is the word always, because it answers the question how often I brushes my teeth, and it is placed before the main verb, which is the word brush, or the action word brush. Now let's have another example. How often does your mother cook? My mother rarely cooks. So the adverb of frequency in the sentence is the word rarely, because it tells us it answers the question how often does her mother cook or my mother cook, and it is placed before the main verb, which is the word cook. Now the question is, why is it using adverb of manner and frequency in daily life is important? Adverb of manner and frequency is important because they add clarity, detail, and expressiveness to our daily communication, making your sentences more vivid and impactful. So it helps us express our thoughts, and that is all for today. Thank you for listening.